Welcome to Rate the Audits, the show where we expose misconduct, break down police and legal encounters, defend rights, and demand accountability. Today's episode comes from I Am a Good Citizen. Make sure to check out his channel in the link below, subscribe, and give him the credit he deserves. In this audit, Good Citizen is calmly filming outside a police station as part of his independent journalism. Suddenly, a sergeant storms out, demanding to know what the story is about. The grilling doesn't stop and neither does the pressure. Then, out of nowhere, the sergeant grabs his phone and kicks off an unlawful Section 43 search, but here's the twist. This power trip backfires. Good Citizen takes the fight to HNK solicitors, sues both the sergeant and the force, and walks away with a payout, turning this into one of their most costly mistakes.
You're filming the police station?
Yeah, there is a reason, yeah.
What is the reason?
Can you please identify yourself first?
Sorry?
Can you please identify yourself first?
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates.
Sergeant Mark. And show number?
Show number there?
5377.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm independent journalist. I'm gathering footage for a story.
You're an independent journalist?
Yes.
Have you got a press pass?
I'm independent. So.
Okay, you don't work for anyone then?
So do you know what independent
No, but
is?
as in, are you working for a particular company?
No, I'm independent. I work for myself.
So what is the purpose of filming today?
Just gathering some footage for a story, sir.
What's the story?
I cannot tell. I'm still working on it, so I cannot say.
But what is the reason that you're filming? Because this is a secure police building.
Yeah.
We also have to ask questions why people are filming.
Yeah, and I told you.
You said it's for a story, but you haven't told me what the story's about.
But I don't have to tell you what the story is about. I'm still working on it, right? So it's not finished. If it's finished, when I publish it, you'll see what the story is. But I'm still working on it, so I don't want to compromise my story.
You're not going to compromise the story, because I'm not. From my point of view, I just need to be happy you're here for the right reasons. Yeah. Because police officers and police buildings are potential targets.
It's obvious he isn't interested in facts, he's interested in control. He immediately presses the auditor, demanding to know what the story is about. And when the answer doesn't suit him, he drops this line: "I need to be happy you're here for the right reasons." To justify it, he leans on the old fallback excuse. Police buildings are potential targets. But that's a catch-all with no real weight. Stretch the logic far enough, and anything could be called a potential target. The issue is simple. The law doesn't empower officers to act on personal discomfort, it demands reasonable suspicion backed by evidence. Here, there was none, just a sergeant who didn't feel happy about someone exercising their rights.
So I have to be happy, the reason why you're here.
So how can I make you happy?
By telling me what the idea of your story is about.
I cannot tell you about the story. I'm just gathering some footage, so I'm an independent journalist, and that's it really.
But you've got a story in mind.
Yeah, I do have a story in mind, yeah.
So I need to know what that story is about. Is it to do with what the security like around the police building, what the coming and goings?
I cannot tell.
Because the route we're going to go down is you're going to be stopped and searched under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Whereby we receive your phone, we look at your phone and say,
It's going to seize my phone.
we can see your phone if we feel we have to.
What grounds, sir?
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
But what grounds? What grounds
Just
is
tell
it?
you, let me explain.
Okay.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you can be stopped and detained and searched. And part of that search, we can look at your phone and we can see what photographs you've got.
Yeah, but
Don't turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning my
Take
phone
your
off.
phone off, we will see.
No, I'm not turning my phone off.
So that's the route we can go down. I'm not saying we will go down that route. At the moment, I'm not satisfied. The reason why you're filming here, you've told me it's for a story.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah, tell me that.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me what the story's about.
Well,
Do not turn your phone
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want.
I'm going to seize your phone now. Do not turn your phone.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want. No.
Seize your phone now.
I'm not turning.
Hold that, John. I'm going to seize your phone at the moment on Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because you seem to be trying to turn it off.
No. Just because I couldn't hold it. Please keep recording.
Can't pin down what the story is about. He asked to use Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. That power is supposed to be reserved for situations where there's reasonable suspicion of terrorism. But here, there's no evidence, no intelligence, nothing even close to meeting that threshold. Just a sergeant trying to weaponize one of the most serious search powers in UK law as a bargaining chip. Then, without detaining the auditor, he takes it a step further, snatching the phone straight out of his hand, claiming he thought it was being turned off. At that moment, he had zero legal authority to seize it. No arrest, no search in progress, no warrant. Under UK law, taking someone's property without lawful power isn't just improper, it's unlawful. This incident lays out the pattern perfectly. Pressure first, then threats of legislation, and when that fails, outright taking what isn't yours. A textbook example of how police powers get bent, twisted, and abused.
Do you want any ID, sir?
So, have I committed a crime?
Well, that's right. We'll go down the route then. You're now detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. You're going to be stopped and searched. Part of that, I need your details so I can check to see who you are, and we have to pay.
But you're abusing. Okay. So if I. don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
I'm not saying I'm going to arrest you, I'm saying you'll be detained. I've asked you the reason why you're filming.
Yeah.
You told me for a story.
Yeah, I'm independent journalist.
Which is fine, I understand that. But you can't tell me the story. So you,
But I cannot tell you the story, right? Because I'm working on it. It's not finished yet, sir.
But you must have a concept.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and film in the city of London.
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, why not? I'm staying on a public, right? This is a public pavement.
Yeah.
So you took my phone, right?
I took your phone because I think you were trying to.
No, I don't want to. I just want to be filmed because I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I'm not hiding. I want to keep filming. I don't want to stop filming. Please film me. Can I have? So you seize my phone, and I'm not happy with seizing my phone.
We haven't seized it. We've taken it off you.
Well, we take it, but it's not in me. It's not in me. No, I don't want to turn it off. I want to continue filming. Can I have my phone and continue filming, sir?
At the moment, you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Part of that is we are going to examine your phone for photographs you've been taken today and empowered to do that. It's under Section 43. And also, I need to do some name checks on you, so I need some of your ID.
Pointing out that his phone has already been seized and that he wants to keep filming in public. The sergeant tries to spin it differently, claiming, "We haven't seized it, we just took it because we believed you were going to turn it off." But that's a meaningless distinction. The second an officer takes possession of someone's property against their will without legal authority, it is a seizure, no matter what label they put on it. Using softer language doesn't make it lawful. The sergeant then reveals his true aim, detaining the auditor under Section 43 in order to examine his phone for photos and videos. While that legislation does allow searches for evidence connected to terrorism, it only applies when the detention itself is lawful, and here, it wasn't. No reasonable suspicion of terrorism was ever articulated, leaving nothing but an officer fishing for an excuse to dig into a journalist's work.
Okay, so if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
Not particularly, but we will make some more inquiries. The quicker we get your ID, the quicker we can check.
So if it is a lawful order, I give him a lawful order to give my identity.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you are detained. As part of that, we have the power to look at your phone and also do some checks on you and to search you.
Okay, but so is it a lawful order?
It's not. It's a power.
I give him a lawful order. So if you give me a lawful order to give you my name and date of birth, I'm gonna give it, but under the threat of arrest. If you don't give me
a threat of arrest.
So if it's not under the threat of arrest, I don't want to give it.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, we need to do some checks on you. Right. Shall I explain why you've been detained then?
Explain, what are the grounds?
Because you are seen outside the police station filming. As we've passed you, you're holding your phone like this, so we can photograph yourself, but clearly filming the gate. Part of that gate is a security pad, so I don't know whether you're filming to see if officers are pressing that to get access to the building. This is a police building. You gave a reason, you're an independent journalist and you're making a story. But you can't tell me the contents of that story, you can't tell me why you're here.
I told you.
You haven't.
I told you.
The sergeant's grounds for invoking Section 43 are some of the weakest you'll ever hear. His first claim is that the auditor is filming himself, with the station gate in the background, and because part of that gate includes a keypad, he can't be sure whether the auditor is capturing officers using it. That isn't reasonable suspicion, that's paranoia. The keypad is in plain public view. The camera isn't aimed to record its use, and there's no law against filming something visible from a public space. His second justification is even flimsier, that the auditor won't explain the context of his story or say why he's there. But that's not an offense, and it doesn't need to be. No one has to justify their presence in a public place or disclose the details of their work to avoid being treated like a suspect. Refusing to answer questions isn't evidence of wrongdoing, it's a constitutional right. Using silence as grounds for a search isn't suspicion, it's punishment for non-compliance.
Actually, one question, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Have you got anything on you that can harm me or harm
I don't answer any questions.
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates, warrant numbers 218.
Sergeant Mark Coates.
218186, attached to Southwark Police Station. You are
218186.
You are detained under Section 43.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any search procedure. I'm gonna file a civil claim against you because you're violating my rights. I'm staying on public property, peacefully exercising my rights to film in public. I've done nothing wrong.
I haven't seen you done anything.
What grounds do you have to believe I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were a terrorist.
So why are you using Section 42 of Terrorism Act if I'm not a terrorist?
Nice and calm. Because you are filming outside a police station.
But you said I'm not a terrorist, sir.
I didn't say you were a terrorist. I said you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So do you think I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were.
Why using Section 43? You have to have reasonable grounds to believe I'm a terrorist.
Because you're seen outside the police station filming a keypad and officers going in and out.
But that's not real ground.
But in this current role, obviously, a lot of police officers are targeted by people who wish to do us harm.
1. This is where the sergeant's entire case unravels. When pressed on what grounds he has to suspect the auditor of terrorism, he openly admits that he doesn't hold that belief. That admission is catastrophic. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act can only be used where there is reasonable suspicion of terrorism. By conceding that none exists, he has effectively confirmed there is no lawful basis for the detention. Instead of backing down, he doubles down, hiding behind the legislation's title, repeating that the detention is under Section 43 without ever addressing the threshold it demands. It's an empty recital, as though invoking the section number alone makes it lawful, when in reality, his own words have already dismantled.
File a lawsuit against you. This is absolutely illegal what you're doing. I do not agree on searching my back.
You may not agree on it, sir, but I've tried to explain on a number of occasions.
Yeah. I don't agree on that. This is unlawful search of my back. Unlawful. Sorry, what are you expecting to find, sir? You have to tell me what you're expecting to find from my back. Under Section 43 of Terrorism Act. What are you expecting to find, sir?
There may be evidence that you are using...
Like what?
If you're not going to keep talking over me, I'm not going to be able to explain to you.
Okay, you have to tell me before starting the search, actually. Can you tell me what you're expecting to find in my back and in myself?
I'll explain to you, you've been detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because we have the power to search your phone and your bag and you for any article...
But you have to tell me. You have to tell me.
You don't want to talk or you don't want to talk?
I just want to understand...
Any articles that you may use in the event of planning a terrorist attack.
Like what?
Any article. A camera, a weapon, anything.
The fact that the auditor has to remind the sergeant of basic search procedure is embarrassing enough, but it's also revealing. While rifling through his belongings, the sergeant is told he must first state exactly what he's looking for. That isn't a courtesy, it's a legal requirement. Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, and in fact under all UK powers, an officer must inform the person being searched of the object or type of evidence they are seeking. This safeguard exists to keep searches transparent, proportionate, and within the scope of the law, without declaring the target. There's no way for the individual or anyone watching to know whether the officer is acting lawfully or drifting into a fishing expedition.
Actually, one question, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Have you got anything on you that can harm me or harm
I don't answer any questions.
On Sergeant Mark Coates, warrant numbers 218...
Sergeant Mark Coates.
218186, attached to Southwark Police Station. You are
218186.
You are detained under Section 43.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any search procedure. I'm gonna file a civil claim against you because you're violating my rights. I'm staying on public property, peacefully exercising my rights to film in public. I've done nothing wrong.
I haven't seen you done anything wrong.
What grounds do you have to believe I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were a terrorist.
So why are you using Section 42 of Terrorism Act if I'm not a terrorist?
Nice and calm. Because you are filming outside a police station.
But you said I'm not a terrorist, sir.
I didn't say you were a terrorist. I said you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So do you think I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were.
Why using Section 43? You have to have a reasonable grounds to believe I'm a terrorist.
Because you're seen outside the police station filming a keypad and officers going in and out.
But that's not real ground.
But in this current role, obviously, a lot of police officers are targeted by people who wish to do us harm.
Pointing out that his phone has already been seized and that he wants to keep filming in public. The sergeant tries to spin it differently, claiming, "We haven't seized it, we just took it because we believed you were going to turn it off." But that's a meaningless distinction. The second an officer takes possession of someone's property against their will without legal authority, it is a seizure, no matter what label they put on it. Using softer language doesn't make it lawful. The sergeant then reveals his true aim, detaining the auditor under Section 43 in order to examine his phone for photos and videos. While that legislation does allow searches for evidence connected to terrorism, it only applies when the detention itself is lawful, and here, it wasn't. No reasonable suspicion of terrorism was ever articulated, leaving nothing but an officer fishing for an excuse to dig into a journalist's work.